All right, my friends, I'm going to take this video just like I would take it, or just like we just walked through the door. And I didn't come in, well, I did come in, but I didn't turn on all the lights because I really want you to see what it would what it would feel like just everyday living when you walk through the door. Of course, we don't have every light on. The photographer did just such a great job with this home, making things seem a little bit brighter, and I was trying to portray to you that it felt a little darker to me, but again, that's just paint too, so keep that in mind. It's not that I'm trying to be discouraging with it, I just want to be accurate. So what we have is sort of a tan walls where the pictures really feel a little more white and bright than they actually are. These are tan walls with white trim and very rich and warm feeling. I mean, this is nice quality work, beautiful. You could, definitely need some updating. We got double crown tray ceilings up here with crown molding, big, huge 8-10 inch crown moldings, all kinds of quality with the craftsmanship. So updating the paint and the flooring and the fixtures is not a big recipe for making huge improvements to modernize this. So right when you walk in, of course, we've got these great columns here. I'm guessing that they're going to be structural. And this space, moving straight ahead then, is flex space. So it lets in some pretty good light. We do have the tray ceiling crown molding again, formal dining room. My friend who has this floor plan actually has built a wine cellar into that wall there. So just bumped it out a little bit, has a nice wine cellar, looks gorgeous. But I could also visualize this as an office space very easily. So if I step back a bit and let the columns sort of be more framed, you can see that next to the front door is carved out really well for an office space because we got all this other flexible space right when you walk in here. This area here, formal sitting, library, bar, I don't know. But this, of course, we don't want to be blocking that, which is absolutely gorgeous. And it's the first thing you see when you walk through the door is a longer, expansive view of a lagoon, beautiful covered space at the pool. So I don't want to block it, but this could also be formal dining here with an easy pass-through window or, again, just a sitting room. So this is the main thing that you see when you walk in. And then we'll go into some of the bedrooms, kitchen, living area there. Also, this could be a couch over here, who knows. Very flexible. And then we got bedrooms over here. I'm going to flip on the lights as we kind of walk through here. So isn't that cool? I love that sort of Turkish chandelier. A little storage off its tracks. And then this is the primary bedroom. So it's got a nice grand entry. Looks like there used to be some sconces there that have been covered up. Now when we start getting into the crown molding, and the tiles are these kind of, I don't know, dated. It doesn't look like travertine, but it is at one point probably a pretty fancy-smancy imported tile, but darker than I want. And that is in the main living area. It's flowing then into this primary suite. And here's the primary bedroom. We got these rich, looks like Brazilian cherry floors. They're beautiful. They're in great shape. You've got that little platform there. That's a John Cannon signature, that little area over there. It's something that most of these homes have, and what I see most of the owners use this space for is a sit and drink your coffee and watch out your window space. But I see this as an office too. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. This is kind of a Tuscany style. So they've got those are expensive. We know they are. Those imported tiles. But again, darkening. Easy fix, right? These are darkening curtains. Get rid of them. We don't even need them. Nobody can see in here. But if you do want to have curtains, we get those lighter. Love that there's this beautiful warm crown molding, but again, it's dark. And I would definitely not take these floors out. We can lighten this room up and keep these gorgeous floors just with paint, right? Plantation real wood, right? These are beautiful, gorgeous shutters. The windows and doors are nice and thick and heavy. I would probably do a lot of trimming. If you were gonna sit here and drink your coffee, trim out this area so that we had better views. All right, let's go check out. And of course, there's a slider to the pool from here and your hot tub, which is great. So, walking straight ahead, we have closet number 1 with some great built-ins, natural light, and access to the attic. This is where the media center is. So we're gonna hook up the surround sound security there, but they didn't go light. It looks like a monitor there for security. They didn't go light or cheap on this. This is beautifully done. Drawers, beautiful. All right, and then closet 2, this one we got to turn the light on, and all kinds of updates in this sucker. So nice. Boy, those almost look like the shelves have 3-dimensional aspect to them, like they were shutters. So these would be useful for purses to not fall off, or fancy shoes. Same thing over here. These must be adjustable, but oh, princess vibes going on here. This is big. There's room in here for an island if you wanted, or a bench. Looks like when they put the closet in, they took the crown molding out, never got back to, or baseboard, sorry, never got back to that. So again, let's paint this, and easy fix and nice, bright, beautiful closet. And you can even put a dresser in here, really. I mean, look how big it is. But that's not it. There's more. So we have another closet here. Hopefully we'll find a light. And looks like they were putting some jewelry. I bet they were storing things here. Look, yeah, keys. So this might be kind of like treat it like a safe room if you want. It's got a pocket door and a mystery door to the HVAC. So this would be great for storing your jewels, maybe some guns, I don't know, but it's cool. Then the primary shower. They have done some updates recently to the light fixtures. These are touch. But we do have the tan paint that is a little bit darkening. So same tile, we're back to that. Back to the Tuscan inlays. Nice big garden tub here. Oh, looks like it hasn't been ran in a while. But look how big that is. Susan, you would have no trouble getting in and out of that. And that's something that I look for. These tubs, they look so pretty. A chandelier, replace it, drop it down a little, wouldn't that be fun? But these tubs look so pretty, but they're not useful because they're hard to get in and out of. This one is beautiful, easy to get in and out of, plenty big. I think you'd really like it. The water did start to clear up when I ran it for a while. So you got his and her sinks here, and you can see that this is real copper, so it's starting to tarnish. Built-ins, pull-outs. They didn't spare any expense. Isn't that classy, this kind of hanging mirror here? It's kind of a neat style, but, and that beam, cool, but dark. So even that is kind of coppery, awesome. And then over here too. So a little handyman work, getting these fixed up. I'd keep it, honestly. This stuff is just so cool. That needs to be kind of put back up, but it's just so much character in here if we could just lighten it up with the paint. And then you've got the walk-through shower. So head there, head here, no overhead. So that's kind of a bummer. So dual heads, and then it's faded there, so nobody's going to be peeking in at you. But you know, it's a car wash, it's a dog wash. You plenty of room. You can take a shower together. And toilet with a bidet, little magazine rack over it. All right. This was an expensive house at some point. I bet if we look back over the records, the original owner paid a pretty penny. I'm trying to get the lights off and it's sassing me. There we go. This would be fun to put a nice art, even if you painted that, because it's stone, even just painting over that would be, add some character to it, lighten it up, but it's a great entryway. So out of the primary suite, let's get into the rest of the house. I'm taking a long time. There's the front door. Okay, so this area. Now I've seen this area taken out and expanded. So visualize taking out from basically that pole to that corner right there. And we saw this in 54115, I believe, where they took this out. I love it though. This is, I mean, literally, this is copper chips. Dark, though, dark. Look at this. Isn't that cool? So we're talking about layers of plaster and craftsmanship. It's all the way up. Kind of creepy, kind of awesome. Like, not kind of, it is awesome. And then this has got to be water feature, right? I don't know how it works or why, what, but how cool is that? Inlay tiles. Yeah, it's tiles, so each one of those little babies are laid. And then, again, dark, easy fix, but gosh, you hate to get rid of this because it's actually texture, see? And then another big, huge beam. You can't even get those beams anymore. That's cool, and those chips go all the way up. It's like a sheet of it. Okay, so we're back to these floors. Now, these floors are beat up a little bit more. They're not dead awful. That's probably the worst of it. So it's not that way everywhere, but there are a few beat up spots. Let's just do a stand in the entry and get our parameter here. Beautiful, look at that wood. These windows, those over there, they're gonna pocket completely open. So visualize this room with those doors open October through March, because that's when the weather's so beautiful. This whole space is open to the outside then. So this becomes an entertaining space. And we've got the, I've lost my word, not tray ceilings, but coffered ceiling there. So this nook over here, which if you didn't like this, which it's completely awesome, but if you didn't want this bar area, easily take it out and put a formal dining table here, right? I love it though. Great use of the space, right where you're gonna have this completely open, that completely open. That TV's weird there. And then this is main living areas where adjustable couch here, just with your views of outside. So there is then, if this is our main living area versus through that bar, then if you did need to have a formal dining, you wouldn't be able to use that front space for an office. Just, I'm thinking out loud here. So I have to kind of think through that. Look at, there's more beams up there. Aren't they beautiful? And then, but you could also have just a normal size table here with the bar. So both, visual like a, you know what I'm thinking? Countertop height table right there in kind of a gray. And that's where you're going to do most of your eating when you have company over. Okay, so keep walking forward and let's look at some of these updates. So this is wood. How cool is that? It's like a burnt wood backsplash. and these stools obviously go with it. Here, this must have been redone at some point. One, because it's dropped, right? It originally would have been a 2-layer, but it's gorgeous. I mean, this is really pretty granite or quartz. I don't know which one it is, but it's dark. This is all dark together, but easy to light up. Even keeping these floors, because they're beautiful, I'm talking about, you probably, just looking at the kitchen, might need to lighten up those cabinets in order to pull that off, right? Look at that, more copper. Those are those beams I was talking about. They're so pretty, but I don't know if they have to be stained dark like that. You know, can you keep those same gorgeous beams and make them a different stained color? Probably. All right, this is a slider barn door-y thing. I don't want to break it. And then it goes into this little room. So, butler's pantry. Cool. So this is your official pantry here, or a wine room. It's cool. Same countertop. We're using these copper in a different manner. It's almost like nail heads, but beautiful. I mean, somebody was very thoughtful about all of this. Again, back with the texturing. We can turn off the lights, they're hard. Okay, kitchen. Tiles, I'm sure they were expensive to lay, super cool at one point. Red, gotta go. That's really darkening it. But look at this massive butcher block that you got here, and it's beautiful. Cabinets, solid, real wood. This is gorgeous. Pull-out drawer, and then there's just lots of them. And here's why I have trouble painting this. This is tempered glass, real wood. These are beautiful. So I hesitate on that, but it's dark. So I don't know, that's gonna be up to you. Here's the backsplash, which is beautiful. I don't know how it goes with this. Sort of does. Now I'm thinking the cabinets would be maybe a tan, I don't know. We got double ovens, GE Profiles, the brand, massive copper hood. The oven is a brand of KitchenAid, which is 6-burner. And dishwasher over here, which is a brand of KitchenAid. And a big, huge copper sink. I've never had a copper sink. It's funny because I know these fixtures back in the day are like $2,000 and we're gonna get rid of them because they're outdated. And there's the fridge. All right, cool. Little pot rack there. At some point, lighting's been changed. Here's the kitchen. All right, there is a room there. So just this view here, upstairs. That's what I thought was an office. We're gonna take a view shot from the kitchen. So if your family's sitting here, watching TV, eating over there, you're in here cooking, this is what it looks like and feels like. So back here, here's where we come in from the garage. We can come in here, again, real wood shutters. Laundry room's just off the garage. Got some Tuscan knobs. Cabinets go all the way up. These were painted at some point. They're dark brown. Sink, hanging rack, and more storage. Okay, carrying that ugly red through here. And the garage is oversized 3-car. It's got impact rated doors here, so that's cool. It's got some storage on the wall, but also built in up there and over there. Plenty big, plenty of room for your cars and your golf cart. So get out of your car, you come into the house right here, could drop your purse in there if you want on the counter, or drop your, did I turn on the light in there? I did, sorry. Okay, so probably what you'll do is you'll come in from the garage and this becomes your drop zone, right? So drop my purse, go do whatever you do. Okay, so first guest room is, well, these floors are cool. They've got kind of a, if you can see the pattern, like a sweepy look to the wood, and they're in great shape. But it's a unique pattern in the wood. It must be some kind of special wood. Walls gotta go, they're dark, really dark. That's awesome, but dark. Even the ceiling's painted tan, dark. So this room has its own bath, which we love for our guests, but the cabinet is outdated. Countertops Corian, cool shower, Tuscany style. So you can work on that, you know, or don't, right? It works. It's a guest bath. Walk-in closet. So guest room number 1. So we have 2 bedrooms so far, right? Stairs, not going up there yet. Pool bath. Pool bath's carrying that same red stuff. Comes right off the pool. It is a full bath. That's weird. With a shower. So how cool is that? Nobody has to traipse through the house with wet feet. I would undo, well, I guess if you're peeing in here, you want the privacy, but that lets some light in. And this part can be closed off for changing and still keep this open. That's cool, if you have guests in the house. All right, this is gonna be bedroom number 3. It's got that same floor with the wispy design in it. And this one then has access to the slider, which goes out to the outdoor kitchen. And there's a closet that's been built under the stairs and it goes way back there into Creepy Town and around the corner that I'm not gonna do because I don't want to be the person who discovers the dead body. Okay, so let's, another closet. I just love that wood. I've never seen wood on a backsplash. That's just so cool, but so dark. Again, okay, so we've hit 3 bedrooms. We're gonna go up the stairs. Again, we got this wood carving. Check that out. That's wood. This is just awesome. Wooden stairs, here we go. Shutters. Top of the stairs. It's gonna be air conditioner units there. Got another one of those. Cute little something. I don't know what you put there, a jukebox, a desk, something, but it's definitely something. A bath, full bath. And then here's the theater room. No, this is not a strip bar. I know, you're eyeballing that stage, Susan. You cannot get on it. You're gonna break a hip. But if Cliff wants to install a pole down the road, we can talk. It's got some darkening curtains here. The walls are dark. It should be, it's a theater room. But man, oh man, this is a big room. Light and bright. Even though the walls are dark, none of the lights are on. Look how bright it is in here. Cool for your quilting room. And you can just go right from here to outside, maybe. Oh, there it is. So, good sized little patio here, right off of there with views. Isn't that pretty? This table is way too big for this area, but gorgeous views. How peaceful is that? That's exactly what you were talking about. Whether you're out here or not, when you're sitting in here, it's beautiful and peaceful. These doors, they're solid. They're heavy. So that's good. So we were wondering was there 4 bedrooms plus an office. There's that loft plus another bedroom here. So, yes, right? We have another bedroom upstairs with no lighting. And it's got a walk-in closet. Big one. Same cool floors. And it has its own bath. And it's a full bath with a giant shower. That's totally awesome. With some seashells. Doesn't look like this one's ever been used. This is big. This is like wheelchair accessible. Not that you'd have a wheelchair upstairs, but closet. So this is a very large room, and it has the balcony to the front of the house. So see, cute little. So if you had a guest or a long-term guest or your sisters, they could stay there, have a little private coffee out here, sit here, and marvel at your realtor's golf cart. We're gonna have to ask how old the roof is. If you have to replace a roof, that's a lot of money. Like $100,000. But look at that trellis with the bougainvillea on it. Isn't that pretty? Nice big driveway. Like you can put 3 cars over there, 2 cars here. This is party town. Look at those trees. Just stunning. They're just so big. Okay, let's see what else we can see. All the fixtures are, you know, they're aged. See, they're old. They've been getting hit with the weather. So, you know, go to Home Depot and do 1 bedroom at a time, I guess. I don't know. But this is really pretty. Another access to the attic. So the only place we haven't been is outside. And here we go. Now we have to find out how big Cliff's boat is, because going through the lift to get out of the lagoon on the days that he does want to leave, when you go through the lift, there's a limit of 35 feet. It's not because there's actually a limit. It's because they're trying to limit the weight. And the estimate then is most 35 feet boat will fit within the weight. So we just have to talk to Cliff about how big his boat is. But see, when I said these pocket, oh, here's a snapshot of what these floors look like. They're real wood. And it's much lighter here than over here. Like probably because the windows. It's not, actually it wasn't noticeable until I was standing there. And I've been in here a million times. So I think it's a matter of live with it. It's not going to even stand out at you. And then if you do want to do a project, it's a little bit lighter here too. But if you do want to do a project, sand these down, and because they're real wood. So I got off on a tangent. But did you see how that pocket open? And this side will too. So you can do this then with both sides. And look how that looks now. How cool, huh? And then do that over there. Like, you just walk out. Here we are. All this space under cover. Copper again. That's not copper. It's painted to look like copper, but I think those little bolts, fake bolts, are. Pool, so just the right size. So we've got hot tub. Pool's pretty deep. It's got a little ledge here. Oh, I'm gonna be late. I gotta get moving. Outdoor kitchen. So that was the entrance to the pool bath. Here's the outdoor kitchen. Looks like they've had a couple barbecues. And look how fun those are. I'd keep that. And this is stone. So giant stone. So this needs some TLC. But it's got a sink, fireplace. This is screened in. And then of course, the dock, and the lift. And these guys are gone. I don't know, maybe it's somebody else's boat. Or if it is their boat, I like that bench idea. Maybe they want to sell it. I didn't realize what time it was, so I do have to wrap up. But look at how wide this length is here. That's one of the things. Because you're not looking right into somebody else's backyard. And I think that's a real point. Now this lagoon, if you look at these homes, you'll see that they're all set back pretty far. See, they're all set back. You can see this green space. What's going on there is that's part of the stormwater mitigation system, and only MiraBay has it. So the stormwater mitigation system is designed, that's 27 feet that they're set back, that you can't build in. And it's designed for 27 feet to fill up that lagoon should we have a catastrophic storm. The lagoon fills up and protects everybody. So that's absolutely fantastic. Hasn't ever done that, but that's why everything's set back so far. So I'm gonna grab these lights here and get out. Yeah, this kitchen's too dark, man. Air conditioner's working. I like that. Okay, so I think I covered the house pretty thoroughly. I didn't get real close to this for you. That's what that backsplash looks like. And the countertop. Oh, awesome. Free beverage. Thank you very much. Cool. Oh, help, I'm caged in. I don't know why you'd ever do that, but you could. Let's get this light. And I'm gonna still get a shot from the front of the house. Front porch. Pretty doors. These are 100-foot lots. They're substantial. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon.